younger, it was easier to carry out my ideas as it once was. I need some help, and that means you. Me, yes, you. I would like you, Grandpa Joe, and of course, all the rest of your family to move to my chocolate factory permanently. See, I have no family. I couldn't think of anybody more respectful factory more than you. This is after a strange and hard to everything I know. Because I've been watching you all day. You're the kind of person who will respect my factory. Do you love my chocolate factory, Charlie? If you do, everything I have is yours. Wow, will I? Of course I will, Mr. Long. Thank you, thank you. Just think of it, Grandpa. Wait till we tell Mom and Dad and the grandfolks. Chocolate factory. And we're never going to stop again. All this because of a golden
Split the middle row. Have them do like Sandy's, and then another one can do Wayne's, and then divide that in half too. And then another one, and then I just
All right. Okay, let's see if we can put it together. Let's start with Donna. Donna here. We have Donna for the very first day on Friday. How would you set up that graph paper now?
mark her heights and her lows, and then have the, out of all her temperatures, she has, you have the highs and the lows, and then you have different colors for each day, and you mark them the way that you do it.
A different color for each day.
And if you have 2 days, like you can have a first Friday like a yellow and the last Friday a green.
The only question I have then is, what if you wanted to compare Donna's with Sandy? If you were choosing certain colors for Donna, how, and you said a different color for each day, how is that going to interfere with Sandy? How is she going to choose her colors?
She might get me.
She'd use the exact same colors as Donna?
She could, that way you know which one, like instead of looking around for Friday, you could see like Donna's Friday, the same color as Sandy's Friday, so you can compare the Fridays.
How do you know it's Donna's and Sandy's?
Like the name of the top.
Write the name at the top.
Yeah, but there'll be so many colors.
Huh?
So many colors.
In other words, everybody for Friday then for Donna, what you're saying, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, would all use the same color?
Friday, and then another one for another color. The next day for another color.
The next day for another. Anybody have any questions about that?
Attention, please. Attention, please. A boy in Mrs. Galuzzo's room left his coat outside on the playground. Will the child who has picked it up please bring it down to the office right away? Thank you.
Wayne, that's what she's saying.
Each person has his own color for every day. Like she would have black or something and something.
And you could put Friday.
Well, if you go back to what you have here, is this what you're saying?
Yeah.
A different, what do these colors represent here?
One person.
What do these represent?
People.
These represent what?
The temperature.
Different people. This is one person, this is another, another. How many people altogether do we see here?
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 7 thermometers, 7 people. Now what are you saying? You assign each person a definite color.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that way we all do our own graph of a certain, like you can assign people to certain thermometers. And they, like maybe have Jimmy Chalmers, like you assign people to his. And then they have a certain color for Friday, and a certain color for Tuesday, and all of that. And then you have the same colors for the other people, but they're doing another thing, because they each do the same day. And then you have the highest and the lowest, and then you do all the temperatures.
Okay, do me a favor then. Just for an example, let's try out your idea. Set this group up here with what you're saying now. Tell them exactly what you're saying and see what it looks like when you start doing it. Just have them start it. And I want you to ask any questions that you think you don't understand from her. Explain to them what you're trying to do. You're talking about who? Donna?
It could be his, because his is the first one, it's outside. And then like another part, like down here could do Donna's.
Well, who are you going to start with? All right, Jimmy. I want just a brief explanation of how you plan to set up that graph. Just for this group right here. Nice and loud so we can all hear it, okay? I want to hear your, and I want to see what they... You'll get used to this soon enough. Okay.
Hey, Bonnabelle.
Carol, you're explaining to all of them.
You put the highest and the lowest out of all of the temperatures out of the, like Jimmy Chalmers thing, thermometer. And then, like for Friday, you have Friday's column down here for a certain color, and then Tuesdays for another color, and so on. You know, you have different colors. So that way you end up with different colors for each day, and it's somebody's certain thermometer. Like if it's the outside thermometer, you write outside. Which part of the room?
Susan, any question? Do you understand what she's saying?
No.
Because I'm not quite sure either that I do, but I understand what you're trying to say. A different color representing a different day. The only confusion I have, Carol, is if somebody chooses a different color on any of these other 4, and we go to compare, what are we going to have? Some kind of a problem in really making comparison, aren't we?
Just have them each use the same color for each day.
Each of them use the same color for each day.
Yeah, but they have the names of whose thermometer on the top.
All right, I'll tell you what I'd like you to do for me because we have shortness of time today. When I come back on Monday, I'd like to go back with this exercise and I'd like to have you try out what you're saying, and I'd like the other people to think of other ways of representing this information. I can tell you, but I don't want to because I have my own idea. But I'd like to see what you come up with. Here's all the information I asked you to gather. It's all here now. 5 days of temperatures. There are certain ways of doing it. You've suggested copying the sheets with the temperatures down. That was one. In other words, put down the temperature and time on a graph. Well, you have your graph in front of you. The question is, how are you going to use the graph? Use the pegboard is another example, or divide the room into 5 groups, each person having a different responsibility. Now you have your information, Sana. You just have to think of a way of putting it together. How are you going to make a comparison? Can you tell me that Jimmy was hotter than Danny, his part of the room, over a 5-day period? And what caused him to be hotter in that corner as opposed to this one? I know you can tell me, but can anybody show me how much hotter it was by use of a graph? That's what I want to see, and I want to be able to make a comparison. And I think you want to be able to make a comparison. I can compare that. Here's your information now. Can you show me a comparison? Can you show me all this information, this data, so that I can look at it and I can say, ah, I see the difference. I see the changes in temperature. That will do it. But right now, you have to think of, how am I going to set it up? And that's what I want you to come up with for Monday. Michael and everyone, and Judy, I want you to think about this over the weekend. How are you going to set it up? And there's another suggestion that somebody just gave. Using a bar graph. That's another way of showing a comparison. You have all your data now. What are you going to do with it?
Record it. Put it to
Record it. That's easy to say. But how are you going to record it? That's the problem. We know that. But you show me what the graph is going to look like. Why don't you even try one over the weekend?
Can you make up my own?
Make up your own and come back on Monday and show us and let us see what it looks like. Okay? Anybody else who wants to try it over the weekend, fine. But when we come back on Monday, we'll be looking at this again. And maybe you have an idea of how to show this information. It's all here. You finished it. There's 5 days of work. Now, what are you going to do with it?
look at it.
Just look at it? It won't mean anything. See you on Monday.
Goodbye. See you later.